The title of today's video is You Have No Shortage of Money. And regardless of the number in your bank account, this is true. This is a true statement. And today I'm going to prove it to you. Now, it's important for you to come into this awareness and this understanding that you actually do not have any lack of money at all, because it is true. And the more that you realize that, the more that you really get your mind around that, the more you're going to alchemize the 3D world around you to support that truth. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing to understand about shortage not existing is that there is no such thing as shortage. Okay, there is no such thing as shortage. Everything exists in abundance. There is no shortage. Okay, so what I mean by that is whatever it is that you are focused on, you will attract in abundance. So if we're looking at something like money, there is an abundance of money. There is an infinite of money that you can line up with. Or if you choose, you can choose to align with an abundance of lack of money. But either way, you will attract an abundance. This is an important thing to understand, okay? Because shortage doesn't exist. Money exists, everything exists in infinite quantities. And you get to decide what abundance you are going to attract. Are you going to attract an abundance of having or an abundance of lack? But either way, tell yourself, remind yourself, I'm attracting an abundance, because you are. So have you ever seen this experience where, maybe you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, maybe it's a rainy day, maybe you had a fight last night. You start out the day in a not so good mood. And as the day progresses, you just attract more and more negative things to support that belief that it's not a good day. Have you ever had that experience? If so, let me know. Tell me in the comments. I know me personally, that used to be my jam, okay? I woke up complaining and I would just attract the most miserable days on earth. I would attract misery in abundance because there is no shortage of misery. It's out there. There's an abundance of it if you want to align with it. Now, by contrast, have you ever had a day like maybe when you were on vacation, or maybe a day where you went to the beach? This often happens like if you have something really exciting coming up, like you're really looking forward to going out tonight, you're really looking forward to going to that concert or whatever it is. Have you ever noticed that when you have that sense of optimism where you're embarking on a fun day like that the day just gets better and better and better and better? It's one of those magical, crazy days where you have so much fun, everything goes well. All right. That's because happiness and fun and excitement exist in abundance. If you look for it, it's there. And it's that simple. It's that simple. It's just the simple looking for it. That's it. If you're looking for reasons to be miserable, you're going to find an abundance of them. If you're looking for reasons to have fun, you're going to find an abundance of reasons to have fun. So you do not have a shortage of money. Okay. It doesn't matter how much money is in your bank account. That's not what's going on at all. Okay. What's going on is simply, am I looking for a lack of money or am I looking for money? If I'm looking and appreciating money, there's an abundance of it, period. But if I'm focused on the idea there's not enough, my money situation is bad, money's not going my way, I have too many bills. If that's the way you're looking at it, you will have that experience of money going away, money going away, money going away in abundance. And it's not because there's a shortage of money, because money exists in infinite quantities. And you get to decide how much you deal with in any given moment. But there's always an abundance of it. So I want to talk for a second about one of the big hangups that people have when it comes to money that creates this illusion, because it's just an illusion of a shortage of money, okay? And it has to do with the dollars in the bank, okay? So this is something a lot of people feel like strongly to their core, is that, they look at the number in the bank, and because there's not like $4 million in there, they say to themselves, I don't have enough. I'm not attracting enough money. I never have as much as I want. And they get really hung up on the idea that whatever number is in the bank, they don't have enough. Now, that right there is a way of focusing on a shortage of money or the idea of a lack of money. And so then you'll have that experience where money just gets away from you and it looks like it's running away. It's always there, but you have that experience of just watching it go out, watching it not accumulate because you're focused on the idea of I don't have enough. Okay. Now, this is something that really gets in the way of attracting money and having that experience of a plethora of money in your bank account. See, money is like air or water or electricity or love, okay? Money is just energy and it exists in abundance. So like with air, you know that when you need to take a breath, you just take a breath. You're not worried about where the next breath is coming from. Okay, unless someone's holding you underwater, you're not worried about it. You know that air exists in abundance. You also know that it exists everywhere, all the time. You do not have any expectation at all that you need to take some air and put it in an air account so that should you need air in the future, you can withdraw on that air account, right? Because your knowledge of abundance of air is so great that who cares? It's all over the place. I can have it at any time. Same thing is true for like an emotion, like love. You know, you don't have this need to create a love account and put all the love in there. Love is all over the place. You can get love at any time. All right. It isn't like stuck in one spot and you can only get so much of it. Well, money is the same way. There is no shortage of money. It's everywhere, all the time. And this idea that you need to have it accumulate in a bank account is actually a very limiting idea. I don't mean you shouldn't have a bank account, and I certainly don't mean that you can't attract more money into your bank account, because you absolutely can. But the idea that you need to have it in an account is very, very limiting, because it shuts you off from that knowledge that money is everywhere and like money is like air. And so to prove it to you, I want you to think about this. You know, when you need money, it comes. Like when you need to pay the bill, somehow the money comes out of your account. When you need to get groceries, somehow you get the groceries. When you really need it, it shows up. You don't necessarily need $4 million in a bank account because you're always going to be supported anywhere. The money can come at any time. Okay. And so this idea that I'm not abundant because I don't have this pile sitting in this one little account over here is very, very limiting, because it gets you out of the idea that I could attract money at any time, from any place, anywhere, any shape, any form, in order to do the things that I need to do. Now, I know that you have no shortage of money because you're sitting here right now with time on your hands to watch my video, right? You know, you've got some kind of electronic device that you're watching. You're probably paying some kind of cell phone bill or internet service provider, right? You got the time to sit down and watch this. Like, you've got money coming in, right? You don't need $4 million specifically in an account to prove that money is flowing to you in abundance to take care of you. That's what you really want to focus on. That I always have enough. It's like air. Whenever I need it, it's there. Whenever I need to spend it, it's there. Don't get so hung up on the idea that it has to be in the account. Now, when you have that attitude about it, that it's everywhere, it's like air, it's like water, what you'll find is that you have this experience where you attract more evidence of it. And you will equally attract more evidence in your bank account. Okay? When you don't need it to be in the bank account, it's going to show up in the bank account because you're not insistent about it. So for those of you out there who are like so many people, and I used to be one of them, okay, so, you know, we all kind of, for the most part, go through this way of thinking. If you have that way of thinking that, you know, I'm not abundant because I don't have X, Y, Z in the bank account, take your focus off the bank account. What do I need in the bank account for? I always have more than enough. I always have more than enough. I always have more than enough. It can be in a bank account. It can be over there. It could be in her bank account. It could be laying in the street. It's all over the place. What does it matter where it is? The more you think about it that way, the more you're going to notice in your 3D reality that it's showing up more and more, manifesting in ways that are tangible, including your bank account. All right, so now I want to talk about arguably the most important point. And when you grasp this, money manifestation is like nothing, okay? Because you really get the idea that there is no shortage. There's no shortage. You have no shortage, all right? But first, if you enjoy law of attraction videos that teach you how to manifest the life of your dreams, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And of course, go ahead and turn on the handy notification bell. I put out content like this every single week, and I know you're going to enjoy it. Also, quick note, right now, I do have my best of the year sale going on right now for all of my abundance packages. There is a link below in the description. This sale ends very soon on Thursday, May 16th. Right now, you can get all of these programs for a whopping 50% off. And if you use the code GOLD at checkout, that will apply to one or as many of those packages as you wish to get. So, like I've been mentioning before, this sale's been coming. Right now it is live. There is a link below if you want to check out those packages. Again, use the code GOLD at checkout. All right, but let's hop in here with, again, arguably the most important point here about why you have no shortage of money. And you really want to meditate on this idea, focus on this idea. I want you to think about it logically until it just gets in there. Okay, so the point is, money isn't anything. Money isn't anything. Money isn't real. Okay, it may look real. You may have the experience of feeling that it's real. I certainly know pretty much everyone you talk to believes it's real and experiences it as being real. But it's not real. It's imaginary. It's an imaginary thing that doesn't exist. It's an idea, okay? It's an idea. It's not real, and ideas exist in abundance, okay? You can have an infinite number of ideas, all right? But in terms of it being something tangible and real, it is not. Think about it. For most intents and purposes, when you use money, you're doing something like swiping a card or pushing a button, or there's just a deposit going in and a payment going out. A lot of times you're not even involved in the transaction. I know we think about money as being like paper and coins, but the vast majority of money that's out there isn't out there in cash and coins. It's in these imaginary numbers that are punched into a computer. Okay, so when you think about your bank account is just an imaginary number. That's it. Okay, there's not a little box at the bank that has all your dollars sitting in it. That's not the way it works. Okay, it is a number punched into a computer. See, money is an idea that was created by us humans, but it's not a real, tangible thing. Because it's an idea, it exists in an abundance. Beyond that, even, if you look at the way that we are progressing as a consciousness, we are literally phasing out of the need to have money or use money or transact with money. Again, like I said, it's really become now a lot more about pushing a button or swiping a card or a deposit just going in and a payment going out. Very frequently, there is no actual money or dollars or checks even passing through hands. A lot of it's just done kind of in an automated way. It's just kind of going on up there in the cloud, so to speak. It's not actually happening down here. And so that's a really good indication that as a consciousness, we're really starting to phase out of the idea that money is necessary or that money is needed. And so this is something I really want to put in here, is that if you can start to look at money as it being imaginary and not real and not really needed, you don't need it anymore. Okay. You can really start to think of it that way. I don't really need it. It's not real. We're phasing out of it anyway. I don't need it. And that's the funny thing about the law of attraction, is that when you don't need things, that's when you get them, right? Like when you don't need the boyfriend, that's when he texts, right? When you don't need the girlfriend, that's when she wants to date you. That's the way it always works. And so really sitting there and focusing on that idea that this isn't even real. I don't need something that isn't real. We don't even really use money in any real way anymore. I don't really need money. When you don't need it, you let go of it, and then it shows up. Now, again, please do remember my abundance sale is going on. So if you want to learn some more about attracting money into your life, go ahead and check out the link below. Again, the code is GOLD. It will give you 50% off any of those 6 abundance packages. There's a range of packages in there. I have one that's just a PDF resource only, all the way up to one that's a full-on course that comes with coaching. So there's a range of stuff in there for all different budgets and sizes and interests that you may have. Go ahead and check out that link below. Additionally, if you are new to my work, I would love to invite you to take my 5-minute law of attraction test. If you want to know for sure that you, yes, you, really are the creator of your reality, I've designed a very simple, very quick 5-minute test where you can prove it to yourself. Put something out and watch it come back. And to take that test now, please go to manifestingtest.com. Again, that is manifestingtest.com. I'll also go ahead and put the link to that one below in the description, but manifestingtest.com is the direct link. Thanks so much for watching today's video on how you have no shortage of money. No shortage of money at all. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. And of course, I look forward to bringing you another one soon. Bye-bye.